The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code NBA SGPN to get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the voice, no the guy. It's me, really real, villain real. Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. It was a brand new week for me here on the NBA Gambling Podcast. I'm in a great mood. I've been doing well on some other ventures of betting. Shout out to my other show, Fast Break Bets, humble plug. But also, I'm really excited because women's basketball is back this week. End of the week, we get women's basketball yet again in a 3-on-3 unrivaled league. Very much looking forward to it. Very much looking forward to watching the books light their hair on fire to figure out where and how they should set these lines. And hopefully I can just take advantage. So looking to have a great week here. Somebody over here on the show is already having a great start to the week. Scott Reichel, who is not only on a crazy tennis heater right now, but coming off of a nice lock hit as well. Scott Reichel. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, can't complain. A lock's been good on the show lately. Had the Raptors +6 yesterday. Still can't believe the Warriors are laying 6 points to anybody, and they lost outright. Nice win there for Toronto. For the dog, I had LeBron over 8.5 rebounds. He had 5 in the first half, had 0 rebounds the entire second half, so not exactly what you want to see. Point is, though, tennis has been great. I've swept 5 of the last 6 episodes on tennis. Actually just recorded another episode this morning, so if you want some tennis content for the Australian Open, got you covered there. But basketball's been fine. Can't complain. Tennis has been really good. So overall, just hanging in there.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's been a lot of the season that I feel like I'm rolling at this point. I feel like I feel good. And hey, we know who is bad. We know that we do not trust the big three, LeBron, KD, and Steph. There were years that those was the guys you trust. Like you just blindly, okay, their teams are going to figure it out.
You know, no. I've heard some rumors though that Durant doesn't care about your parlays. I've heard some rumors from a pretty reliable source. Possibly.
I mean, he doesn't care about winning championships either because they're not winning games. So it's a lot of things that Kevin Durant doesn't care about right now. I mean, how do you not? That's the thing that I always thought was wild when they said, I don't care about your parlays or I don't. So you don't care about playing well because we're not fading you. Like, I could understand if I took your unders and you said, I don't care about your parlay. I'm about to go out here and score. Like, I could understand that. But if you're going out there and you're sucking, why do you want to suck? You should not want to suck.
To be fair, I think some context needs to be added there because if the athletes are having kind of an emotional reaction to it because they won the game, and people are mad that they haven't scored enough, I can understand that.
Okay,
if you're losing and you suck, then yeah, I'd agree with you. But
why are you not mad? We should be more. You should be more mad.
I was going to say, I feel like most of these flip outs tend to happen when the team wins and they still get cursed out by people. I think that's when it probably happens more often than not, if I had to guess.
Yeah, man. Jamrock's Kicks asking where the tennis videos are. You can catch them. Tennis Gambling Podcast over here on YouTube. Tennis Gambling Podcast. Plenty of great picks over there. So. Man, yeah, I never understood that. Like, if you're playing bad and the team is losing, you should want to make our parlays hit by betting on you because that means you're doing something right. I was
going to say, to be fair though, bettors can be pretty.
Oh no, they're assholes. Yeah, they are assholes. Yeah, no, they are 100% assholes. But I'm like, don't worry about them. Think about us, the common folks. That hey, we're supportive and we're not. You know what? We're just gonna start fading you. We're just gonna start fading you. Well, not KD. I can't.
No, the Suns. The Suns are fine.
But the Suns, yes. The Suns overall. Suns. Did you see the Lakers last night?
Yeah. The LA Strong parlay didn't go too well with the Lakers last night. But Clippers.
Do you know how many city parlay, LA parlay? Like, I would love to just look up how many people had Lakers money line, Clippers money line, and Rams money line all in a parlay.
And the Lakers just no-show the entire second half. Yeah, I mean, the Lakers are a joke. Barkley says they stink. They do. They do stink.
Yeah,
Barkley's right
horrible.
on that one. But point is, either way, the Lakers no-showed that entire game. But Clippers look good. Props to them. I still don't really understand or really agree with people adding the LA Strong angle to the Rams playoff game. It's an elimination playoff game. They didn't really need the extra motivation for it. They won because Sam Darnold sucked, and they kicked his ass.
Yeah,
That's kind
but
of my thoughts on that one.
but the tragic magic thing always like when it works in my favor, I always bring it up.
Correct. I
don't bring
just
it up.
don't think
I don't
it
bring it
played
up if
any
it doesn't work
factor
in
in
my
the game
favor.
yesterday, to be honest. I just thought Sam Darnold had one of the worst games imaginable, and they won. I didn't think it had anything to do with tragic magic, but it is what it is.
And Sean McVay really kicks Brian Flores'
That-
ass.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
So
the
I thought it was
that's the
I thought it
second
was
time
more of an
Brian
X's and
Flores.
O's thing. I didn't go into the game going, well, the Vikings would have won if there weren't any wildfires in Los Angeles over the past week. But that wasn't my thought during
And
the
if
game.
the game didn't get moved from LA to Phoenix,
My
if the
main
game
thought of
did
the
get
game
moved from LA to Phoenix, they would have won.
my main thought on the game was, damn, Darnold lost a lot of money over the last 2 weeks. That was my main thought from the game.
I
But
bet you either the Titans or the Giants still pay him.
the Jets are a wild card there. But yeah, that's fine.
Return to the Jets.
Jets are a wild card option on that one, but we'll see.
Holy shit! As a Jets fan, would you rather have Sam Darnold or Aaron Rodgers?
It all comes down to the contract. I mean,
Oh,
the
okay,
argument you could make is that Darnold lost himself so much money over the past 2 weeks that if you end up getting him for like, I don't know, $12 million, maybe a 1-year rental, it's not bad. You could do worse than that. My sleeper pick for the Darnold actual landing spot would be the Niners, but they're already working on bringing Purdy back. So
I'm weak. So you're just saying they punt? Oh yeah, let's just punt Purdy all together. Yeah, let's just punt Purdy all together and roll with Darnold.
And when you factor in the Niners, I'm not going to go too deep into football because it's an NBA show, but the argument is salary cap.
Yeah.
If you get a similar quarterback for significantly cheaper, and you have a lot of defensive players, offensive linemen with Trent Williams getting paid a lot of money, it would make sense to swap him out. And he also played for the Niners.
Just go draft Quinn Ewers as Mr. Irrelevant this year, and hey, maybe you luck out. And
I don't even know where he would get
Gold's
drafted
wife.
because Milroe's still a projected first-round pick, and I think he's going to switch positions.
No, he's not, bro. No, he's not.
According to half the mock drafts, he still is. I
No,
thought
he's not.
Aller was a top 10 pick projected before the
mock
last
draft.
game.
Some people mock drafts are just stupid.
But the point is, all the quarterbacks are terrible. I wouldn't take any of them in the first round. Besides Cam Ward and honestly, Shador's a conversation. He'd be a first-round pick, but I wouldn't take him top 10. But whatever. There's not many good quarterbacks in the upcoming draft.
All right. Before we get to the actual 7 games that are being played today, gotta make sure that you guys get that SGPN app for instant access to all of our podcasts. So hey, Jamrock's Kicks, you're wondering, hey, where can I find the tennis show? You can get it over there in that SGPN app. Go ahead and tap in over there, and you can get all of our podcasts. Not that. Go check out my guy Malcolm and Boz over there with the English Premier League podcast as well. Really, really enjoy that. That's a good listen to get some nice soccer picks. So, all right. With that, yeah, make sure you go get that SGPN app wherever you get your apps in the App Store, Google Play Store, or whatever store. All right. Let's see here. We've got 7 games up on the docket. First game up, we are going to Philly. Oklahoma City is playing the Philadelphia 76ers. Thunder are laying 11.5 here. This actually went down. Really? All right. Thunder laying 11.5. 218.5 is the total. Injury report here. And we have for Oklahoma City, same thing. Chet Holmgren's out. We got AJ Mitchell is out as well. For the 76ers, yeah, this is nothing. Nothing's changed here. Embiid is out. Kyle Lowry is out. KJ Martin's out. Andre Drummond is out. And Caleb Martin is a questionable for this game.
Kind of disappointed in Kyle Lowry, though, because I figured, with all the checks clearing, he'd have fancier sweatshirts on the side. But, he's comfortable sitting courtside in all these games. You want me to just play the drop on this one? Because I can't take Philly.
Yeah, I can't take Philly either. Philly sucks. I'm trying to figure out why this
seems terrible. Like I can't back them. The argument, I guess, would be it's a home game for Philly, but who cares? They almost lost to the Wizards at home the other day.
I took the Wizards too. I took the Wizards in that game.
They covered. They blew the lead.
They were down. They had a
massive comeback. They had a massive comeback, and they just fell apart again. The last
I was about to say, they are down. Like they were
down like
down
18 in that game. It was bad.
And then they came back, and Philly was down 2 in like 56 seconds to go or something like that, and then they pull off like a 7-8-0 run.
And Yabusele punted the crap out of whatever Koulibaly tried at the rim, and then the game was over at that point. But I'll play the drop on this one.
Yeah, go ahead. They
I mean,
also lost. They also lost to New Orleans. That was horrible.
I mean, besides the fact that the Sixers aren't good, my concern is that Paul George might be getting bored trying to guard Hartenstein. You know? What a quote. He said he got bored guarding centers, then Paolo postered him in the next game they played. That's a pretty interesting, 180 moment there. But, I mean, the Sixers are just sorry. There's no way around it. They're just a bad team, and Paul George is, right now, arguably better at podcasting? Question mark? Can I say that?
And it's like, why is there no accountability with where the 76? Like, okay, you could have said they were hurt at the beginning of the season, but here we are, 40 games in, and they're 15-22. Like, there's no account. Like, there's nobody is talking about Nick Nurse's job. So you're not saying it's the coach. Nobody's talking about the players. So you're not saying, like, these guys suck. At the end of the day, even if everybody was healthy, and I think we had maybe a game, but like they're never healthy, so it doesn't matter if they're all healthy. Like, they just fucking suck.
Well, there is one common theme here, which is there is one main guy to blame, but nobody wants to blame him because they just paid him so much money, and there's kind of a dark cloud hanging over the franchise because of him.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to sway on the side of Joel Embiid, and the Sixers just isn't a fit anymore. But it's really just it's the availability. Like, there's no availability there.
I've been saying for years that Embiid can't be the number one player on a title team because he's never actually on the court. So
yeah,
I've not really wavered on that. But I know Adam would make the main argument, and he's mentioned it to me before. Shout out to Adam Rosenberg. That the Sixers made these moves because they wanted to get a new stadium deal. They did get the new arena deal, so congratulations.
Did they? I thought they scrapped that. I literally just heard them say they scrapped that.
I thought that they scrapped the potential relocation, but they were going to get a deal. That's what I thought was happening.
Is that? Oh, so it's not. Oh, okay, so they are getting. Okay, so in fact,
they were going to consider relocation.
Okay. So it was the relocation that got scrapped, and they're getting the new arena in South Philly.
So Adam was making the argument that they were spending money because they wanted to entice, either taxpayers or whatever to pay for the team, for the new stadium or the renovations, which ended up happening. I feel bad for the fans, and they clearly don't watch basketball if they paid for it.
In 2031, the Sixers are going to be back to going through the process again. They're going to be horrible. There's no way. There's 0% chance the Sixers are good in 2031, right?
They got to bring back Hinkie, But the Sixers are a joke. There's really no way around it.
Yeah, bad basketball team. All right, next game up, we've got the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is actually is this a back-to-back deja vu game? Or
no, they played. They played. Well, I think they had.
This is a deja vu game.
Decent amount of time off in between games, but
yeah,
they played. Never mind, they played on the 12th. So yeah, there was a day off in between.
So all right, Cleveland Cavaliers on the road playing the Indiana Pacers. Cavs laying 8 here. 232.5 is the total. Like you said, this is a deja vu game. They just played this on the 12th in Indianapolis, where Indy got the win, 108-93 as a 9-point dog. 9-point dog. Tough. Injury report here. We see we got Ty Jerome is a doubtful for the game with the illness. That illness is still going around, man. Like it was somebody else. What was it, Ja, the other day that went down? Like it was a bunch of people that's just been sick recently. It's crazy. Tyrese Halliburton is doubtful with the hamstring injury as well. And of course, Aaron Nesmith. All right. I mean, hey, deja vu principles. It's literally going through the principles. You take the dog the first matchup, you come back in on the favorite in the second one. Dog got the win outright as a 9-point dog. Was Halliburton? I don't remember that game. I didn't catch that one.
I mean, true, the Cleveland just couldn't hit a shot. They scored 93 points. So it was really just Cleveland bricking every
against the freaking Pacers too.
Honestly, both teams.
But the Pacers have been good. But I'm just like I'm waiting for the wheels to fall off the track with Indiana.
I'm actually
maybe
not.
It's here.
I think Indiana's wheels fell off when the season started, and they've kind of regained what happened last year. I think this team's good. Like, just watching them play, we were waiting for them to kind of figure it out because they made the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and they arguably gave Boston the hardest time in the playoffs last year because they blew a couple games there and they got swept, and they were terrible to start the year. They've been really good lately. Like, I think this team is actually dangerous again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not even going with the wheels falling off. I think this actually just might be who the team is. It just took them a little while to get going. That's kind of where I'm at with this team.
Yeah, but I'm not about to take them without no Halliburton and then just... No, because Cleveland can hit another mode defensively. They've already got punched in the mouth already. That game was at Cleveland. I'm sorry. That game, I think I said at Indiana earlier. That game was at Cleveland. They got punched in the mouth at home. Halliburton played a few minutes and then he went down. You got the time to kind of get back over that. I'm rolling with Cleveland here to get back on track. This team is too good to just drop to Indiana again.
I'm honestly on the fence here because I think 7.5's a lot. Indiana tends to be a good home team. So I feel like it is a decent amount of points here. I see
Yeah, but that's because
mentioning.
Halliburton is going and giving you some masterclass game in front of Clayton Clark, but like he's not even in this one.
I mean, to be fair, they beat the Cavs. I know the Cavs couldn't hit a shot, but Halliburton played 18 minutes and they won by 15. So like they were able to win basically without him. Now, I do want to point out.
So you're gonna take him to do that again?
I actually might. Jordan's mentioning a good point, which I have to factor in. The Cavs play at OKC on Thursday.
They just beat OKC. They're not.
I know. You could argue that maybe they'll just basically focus on this game and they'll get revenge, and then OKC
I would have believed that if that was
but
maybe the first game against OKC, but they literally just beat OKC. No, I'm still on Cavs so far.
As a lot of people know on this show, I'm a TJ McConnell stan. I'm a big fan of TJ McConnell, so I'll go with the Pacers plus 7.5. I think it's a lot of points. Indiana's won 6 straight. They've been good. I know Cleveland offensively is dangerously good. I'm aware of it, but I think Indiana's still underrated. Like, I think this team's been very good. I'll back the hot team getting basically 3+ possessions at home. Cleveland could still win this game. They could win 1-10. Like, this game could be close. I think Indiana can hang in there.
Bro, they shot 39%.
Yeah, they couldn't hit a shot. I don't think Indiana shot that well either.
No, they shot 46.
Well, from three, both
three
teams
to
were
31.
Really bad.
Yeah, both teams
were really bad from 3.
31 and 26% for the Cavs. Yeah, no, I'm Cavs catch fire, and they're able to score again.
I like the over in this game. The last meeting landed 2-0-1, and this game's at 232.5. I'll go with the over on this one.
All right. Before we get to the next game, gotta talk to you about DraftKings Sportsbook. You can go over there. And despite if you're on the Indiana plus 7.5 side or the Cleveland laying 7.5 side, you can go get down at that over there at DraftKings Sportsbook. And then not only can you do that, but you can get down on a whole bunch of NFL action over there. Everything you need over there at DraftKings Sportsbook. Lock in and place your first bet, and you can have a chance to get $200 instantly in bonus bets by just betting $5 over there at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Just bet $5 and you can get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Use that code SGP over there at DraftKings Sportsbook. That is code SGP at DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Just bet $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Just give me 1 second. I got to pull it up. I was trying to find
the
gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Man, late on the audio, and you're fading the deja vu principles in the game. It's interesting day, Scott. Interesting.
I'm breaking all the principles today.
I know, it's a lot. All right, next game up. We've got the Phoenix Suns. Oh my God, why do I have to talk about this game again?
I know.
No way.
They also played like a week or two ago.
This is the game on the slate again, man. Yep. All right, the Phoenix Suns on the road going to play the Atlanta freaking Hawks. Suns are laying 3.5. 235.5 is the total. Injury report again. We have Nurk. I don't know why this is saying Nurk out. I wonder what that is even. What's his injury designation?
No, he is out. They just decided to not use him ever again. But I think he has.
It says illness. It says illness, but he's really out because they just don't plan on using him ever again. Like, come on, Mason Plumlee is a starter in 2025. You don't plan on using him ever again. Where we at? Grayson Allen is probable with the knee injury to play. We got no Jalen Johnson, no Larry Nance. Trae Young is a questionable. Trae Young even has an illness designation. Jesus Christ. Scott, hold on, Scott. So we had, was it Ty Jerome that had the illness? Yeah, so Ty Jerome had an illness, so that's one. Who else was it? Cody Martin didn't have no illness designation, did he? No, it was a groin. Okay, so Ty Jerome is sick. We've got Nurk, who is sick. We've got Trae Young, who is partially sick, it looks like, and a questionable tag with the knee for Bogdanovich as well. All right. What did I do last time? What did I do? I forgot. I think I took the Suns. This is annoying. I don't want to bet either one of these teams. I don't want to pick either
I don't
one.
blame you. These teams suck.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just asking you.
And I mean, I guess it's really hard to take the Hawks without Jalen Johnson. Like it's clear, like literally clear as day that he is the thing that is missing from that team, and that I think that his value is not. I don't think the books really know his value because he fell in the draft, but Jalen Johnson is doing literally everything he was projected to do before he randomly fell in the draft. So,
is it a hot take if I say that Jalen Johnson's the best player on their team?
No, I don't think so.
I think he is. I know Trae's had a bunch of great overall assists.
He's not the most marketable player, but he might be the best player.
Trae, I know, is going to lead the league in assists. He had a monster buzzer beater game winner against the Jazz from half court. He's had a bunch of moments. He still can't shoot. You look at his numbers; his shooting percentages are atrocious. Jalen Johnson, all-around player, I think might be the best player on this team. Jalen Johnson's really, really good. And I don't think people realize how good he actually is. So, yeah, I've been fading him without Jalen Johnson, and they've been really bad. So,
yeah,
at least the Suns are healthy-ish. That counts.
I was just talking shit about the Suns too, man.
I know.
Don't bet this.
Just don't put Durant in your parlay, and maybe they'll win.
Yeah, don't bet this. Suns laying 3.5. This total's going down. I'm guessing because I don't know why the total's going down. It's a great question. Maybe because they
just Trae might not play. That's why it's going down.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Even though True just popped in saying that he was a shoot around, so we'll see. But the point is he's compromised, so we'll see what happens.
All right. Yeah, I'm good on any part of this game. This is a sneaky game. You just don't want to.
This is a game that you're not really interested in betting, but you want to laugh at whichever team loses, so you're still invested. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right, next game up. I actually do have a side on this one that I like.
Ian, that's a violation. that's a violation. Okay, fair. You're not wrong, but that's a violation. Okay, cool.
The Milwaukee Bucks are on the road. No, I'm sorry. The Milwaukee Bucks are at home. The Sacramento Kings are on the road playing the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks are laying 228.5 is the total. Injury report here, and let's see if anybody's sick. We've got Malik Monk, who is questionable with the groin. Giannis is probable. Oh, is this just the Giannis? Yeah, Giannis probable on the injury report for no reason. Chris Middleton is out. And wait, is that an illness? No, ankles.
Oh, Middleton's missing a game? Oh,
yeah.
Damn. Never seen that before.
Gary Trent is questionable. And we got another one. I didn't know that Ryan Rollins was back in the league, but Ryan Rollins is questionable with an illness.
Okay.
All right, that's Ryan Rollins from Washington. Got caught stealing and got cut from the Wizards. You get cut from the Wizards, I just assume you're out the league like for good. Like I really just assume that's it. I think it was he got caught stealing. It was something like that.
I mean, to be fair, Bradley Beal was stealing a lot more money, but
Oh my gosh! At least
it was. Can I say that? He's a link for a Jimmy Butler trade. Just saying, it's a lot of money with a no trade clause. Kuzma's actively, arguably stealing, so you can make arguments around the entire team.
I would be interested to. I mean, I just assume any team that decides that they want to take Bradley Beal is actively tanking.
The Suns are trying to kick a can down the road because they have no draft picks for the next decade anyway. So the Suns are the only team it makes sense for, and it still wouldn't work out, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks here.
Okay.
I understand that Sacramento's been rolling and they just got above 500. Like they just clawed themselves back above 500, 20-19. This is the one where they get punched in the mouth and they go on the road into this Milwaukee team that, yes, they just gave up 140 points to the Knicks. And that's really a bad. I know. Yes, Milwaukee just gave up 140 points to the Knicks. But I think that if you look at what they've done before that, they've been really, really solid. They gave up 90. Oh, no, that's Sacramento. I'm sorry. They gave up 106 to Orlando. They gave up 105 to San Antonio, 104 to Portland, 102 to Portland, 104 to Toronto. So like they've been really solid defensively. I think that the Knicks kind of just came through, filling themselves. They went into the Garden and just got embarrassed. But who's stopping Giannis on this team for the Kings? Like, who's slowing down Giannis? Who's slowing down Bobby Portis when he comes off the bench? I think Dame can have a good day, and I've seen the chink in the armor. I've seen the chink in the armor of this new Sacramento Kings team, where they started to let up a lot from three recently. So yeah, I'm backing the Bucks. I think this is a short line, and it's a lot because of that blowout. But I think that the Bucks go ahead and get a win here.
Yeah, so I'm just going to take the over. I'm not going to get really creative with this one. Giannis might go for 40 because, as you said before, Sabonis can't guard him. Nobody on the Kings front court can guard him. And Giannis can have a monster game, assuming he plays. As for Sacramento, they've been great offensively. Shout out to Christie, by the way. Coach Christie's done a good job with that team.
Mm-hmm.
They score a bunch of points. They can't guard anybody. So I just see a potential track meet. Like, why would I assume either team's going to get many defensive stops in this game? I think that they've been better defensively under Christie, but I still don't think they're really a great unit defensively. And I do think that Giannis can get whatever he wants. But they gave up 119 to Chicago. They killed Boston. So props to them there, only giving up 97. The Miami game ended up going to double overtime, so the 118's inflated. Good defensive game there. 99 against the Warriors. Warriors are terrible, fake team. Beat the Grizzlies, gave up 133. They have been better defensively, but I just think it's a bad matchup for both teams roster-wise defensively.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Kings will push pace. I think Giannis will get whatever he wants in the paint. I like the over in this game, but I think this total's too low.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do like that over. And as you say that, Scott, as you say that, we got a nice little humble move from 228.5 to 229. So you just
I just figure, Bucks just gave up 140. Kings still play very fast. I figured that would blindly be in the 230s, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it might close there. I'm trying to figure out.
I think it will be. If Giannis gets ruled in, it probably does close in the 230s.
And I think that's maybe why it's kind of flirting around there, because Giannis is not officially in. But he's like, I think this is just the injury tag designation. Giannis is going to play. I don't think there's anything that tells me Giannis is going to play. All right.
It's the NBA. Everybody's questionable whether they're listed or not.
All right. I like Bucks. Scott likes over. I like over too. Let's see what's next here. Oh, other 8 o'clock game on the East Coast. We've got this is disgusting. Unfortunately, somehow, some way, the Bulls are only 3 games under 500.
I don't think I can play the drop because the Bulls might be a play-in team.
No, they're only 3 games under 500, which is actually incredible. Like, as I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh wow, really? You've won this many games? But again, this also goes into my take very early on in the beginning of the season, where I said there's a lot of bad teams in the league this year, like a lot. This Chicago Bulls team has 18 wins, and they're not good. Nonetheless, my bad, Chicago Bulls all day. I saw you in the chat. Didn't mean to spew some Bulls hate when you just got here. But Chicago Bulls at home welcoming the New Orleans Pelicans. Bulls are laying 1.5. 241.5 is the total. Injury report here. And we have for the Pelicans, DeJounte Murray is probable. We got no Brandon Ingram, no Herb Jones.
Jones is done. He destroyed his labrum, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's out for the year.
And yeah, I think so too.
And he was the only guy that played defense on that team.
Yeah, out indefinitely.
Not a good sign.
Yeah, announced Friday, out indefinitely. He's done.
That might be a season ender. That sounded pretty rough.
Yeah, they're not playing any form of defense here. Okay, we got Ayo Dosunmu, who looks like he could be returning back to the lineup with a calf injury, so he's questionable. That's an upgrade for him. Kobe White is questionable with the neck injury, and we got Torrey Craig, who is out with the lower leg injury. He's going to be out for a little while. I think they said like 2 weeks for him. All right.
JT, you don't get it. The Bulls can't lose. Making the play-in is their Super Bowl. They have to make the play-in.
Yeah.
They have to. It's their entire franchise identity at this point.
And that's Dylan Harper, not Ron Harper. That's Ron Harper's son, though.
Yeah, Dylan Harper's great. I am not an Ace Bailey guy at all, but I know he's got talent. I think he's an absolute chucker. That's a separate story.
But I mean, he's like 17.
Oh no, I get it. I just think he has some of the worst shot selection I've seen from a college.
He's 17.
He's an absolute chucker.
Like 17,
he's got talent.
Where he's like 17, 18 years
I know
old.
he dropped 40 against Indiana a couple weeks ago. I'm just saying the shot selection needs a lot of work. Michael Porter Jr. would be proud. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he needs to work on some passing and some overall shot selection. He's talented, though. I think Harper's significantly better than Bailey on the same team, if that's what we're saying. I think Harper's a better player, in my opinion, by a decent margin right now. You said he's 17. He can improve. As of right now, though, I think that Bailey's a work in progress.
Ace Bailey was born August 13th, 2006. Scott, you're talking this much shit about somebody that was born in 2006.
No, I'm just saying he's throwing in Harper and Flag. Like I put Flag above everybody at this point. Flag's a monster.
Is it wrong if I say that I think Flag might be the best talent in draft, but he still might be like a solid role player in the league?
I mean, I think he'll be better than a role player. For me, the question is,
I don't think he's going to lead any team anywhere.
I think he can. It depends on how much you view his defensive impact. I think he could be a potential all-star. I mean, once again, I think he's a very good college player. It's tough because Duke is also very talented around him compared to other teams, so it's tough to evaluate. But I don't know if Flag's.
No, they've been looking bad too.
I don't know if he's a franchise-saving center, but I think he'll be a very good pro.
Yeah, like I don't know. That's where I'm like, who was it? Who just got drafted? And I was like, man, you don't need this guy to be one of the
Look, if we're comparing him to other Duke frontcourt guys, I'm not going to tell you off the rip he'll be better than Paolo Banchero. I'm not going to tell you that.
Like I don't think.
But I think he'll be very solid.
Yeah,
I think he'll be a very solid, probably multiple-time All-Star. I don't see him being a guy that's going to win MVPs. Like I don't see Flag being that. But I think he could be a franchise potentially altering player. Maybe we'll see.
All right. Yeah.
I understand what you're saying though, but I still think Harper's better than Bailey on that team.
Dude said, I carried my iPod everywhere. William Reynolds, I carried my iPod everywhere with me when dude was born.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's tough. That is tough. MySpace was already dying when this kid was born. Wait. When was MySpace really out of it? 2000? No, MySpace.
I have to imagine late 2000s.
Yeah,
that's when
MySpace
took over.
MySpace really might have been for sure done, and we might have been in the Facebook era then.
See, Ace Bailey wasn't even around when you had to put your phone by the computer to get the ringtone. He wasn't even around for that.
Yeah, man, I feel bad talking about even saying that about Cooper Flag. I still feel bad because like he's 17 too. Like these kids are 17.
I'm just saying, out of those three guys that JT mentioned, I put Harper and Flags.
I think
ahead of Bailey.
I think Harper could be to have the longest and best pro career. Like I
would still go Flag, but I think Harper's going to be good. Bailey, I think, might struggle early in the league because he's going to try to get his immediately, and that might not work out. But he's got talent.
I think that he would absolutely, man. Ace Bailey has never heard of Friendster. I think Ace could be. We'll see. Yeah, you'll see. I like the potential. I think all these guys are super talented. Like that's crazy. Like I think they're all way talented than the last draft class. It's just they got to be in the right situation. Everything's got to play.
You can argue that Ace Bailey missed the entire Vine era, but I'll end it on that note.
Nah.
I meant like actually being involved. Of course.
For sure. He was not. Oh yeah, no, he was.
He missed that entire wave.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't involved in Vine at all. He was like maybe 5 at that point because Vine was like freshman year of high school. I think I remember for sure.
That sounds about right. By the way, Ian, I agree with you. I think Flag can help carry this Duke team to a title. I'm not a Shire guy. I don't think he's a great coach.
No, bro, Duke sucks. Y'all really think Duke are good? Duke sucks.
Honestly, you're going around the entire college team. It depends how big.
This is way better than talking about this Bulls Pelicans.
It is. I mean, look, if Broom's injured for a while, Auburn's got problems. I think Auburn is a top 2 team in the country if he's healthy. Bama's nasty. They got a lot of talent there on that Bama team. I think Shire's an overrated coach, but I think Flag is really, really good. So I think he could. Comes down to guard play, though.
You better hope that he gets better in late game situations at the end of the season.
That is definitely true. He's really bad in late game situations.
Because he's a kid. He's a kid. Yeah. He's literally
that Kentucky ending earlier in the year was rough.
Just imagine, you're telling a 17-year-old in front of thousands, in front of the world, to go win the game at the end of, like, he's a kid. That is a horrible situation to put a 17-year-old in. Like,
yeah, pretty much. But...
That is, he's probably going to be 18 at that point. But whatever, that's a horrible situation to put them in. Okay. All right, back to this game. Yeah, I'm taking it. I'm just taking the points.
I'm not taking the Pelicans.
I don't know, man. This Bulls team is bad enough to lose.
I'm taking the over. Tell you that much. I'll take the over. Nobody's going to guard anybody in this game. You got Zion, assuming he did not miss the team flight, will be playing in this game. What an idiot. He's going to end up playing. DeJounte should be playing. CJ is going to shoot a lot. Nobody guards anybody. And the Bulls
can get behind.
Levine's been fantastic. Like, I know Levine, we've
Yeah,
roasted
why is nobody
before.
trying to trade for this guy? Like, he looks good.
Levine has still a contract that's not exactly desirable, and I'm not saying he actually plays winning basketball because it doesn't guard anybody. But when Levine's shot is on, he's elite television. Levine is really, really fun to watch when he's good, and he's on a massive heater right now. So I think I like the over in this game. Give me a bunch of points. Who's guarding anybody in this game besides Lonzo off the bench?
Lonzo's back, by the way.
He's been good. Lonzo's been good off the bench.
I really think that I think the Bulls could actually put together a lineup that can play some defense, but they just choose not to because they want to score.
Dosunmu's been out for a while, so he does play defense there. But
and like you get Lonzo, Torrey Craig gets healthy. Like, you got some people that could come in here and play defense for you, but you just don't want to. I don't.
They also sold off all defensive hope when they traded Caruso for Giddey. So that was also a sign that they didn't care about defense at all.
Yeah, I can't take a side in this one, but
I'll go Bulls at home, but I like
just
the
for
over.
Just for us to disagree. I'll take Pelicans, but trust me, I won't have anything going on either.
I'll just go over. Give me both teams getting into the 120s. Just track meet.
Yeah, I do. I like the over as well. It's a really high total, but I think this is one of the ones that could fly the whole game too. So over in that one. All right. Let's see here before we get to the next game up. Got to talk to you about Stake. SGPN has partnered up with America's Ultimate Social Casino, Stake.us, a free-to-play social casino available in most states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. You can get all your favorite games, and you can even play with live dealers as well. So some people, Sean Stacking the Money Green, he prefers the live dealers, and he prefers to sit there. And honestly, if you're hanging around with Sean, like maybe you're out in Vegas while Sean's out there, and if you just casually look his way while nobody's doing anything, he's probably on his phone playing online blackjack. Like, that's Sean's thing. So this is a partnership that Sean definitely 100% was excited to get behind, and I'm excited too. So make sure you use that promo code SGPN at sign up, and you get 250,000 gold coins, which can be used for the free to play games, and a $25 stake cash, which can be played with and redeemed for real cash. Stake.us, promo code SGPN. That's stake.us, promo code SGPN, to get those 250,000 gold coins for the free to play games and $25 stake cash.
You think Kramer was the first person to use that promo code?
Yeah.
Just ask him.
Yeah, 100%. I think they've already locked in. I might have to lock in too. I'm not gonna lie. You know what's so funny? I was just in the casino, Rivers Casino over there in Portsmouth, with one of my homeboys.
How's that?
And so I was standing behind him, and I was literally coaching him in blackjack. Coached him on a crazy blackjack eater, and like, you know how people are sometimes like they swear they know, like, so he would not listen, and he would be doing different stuff. And so what did he do? I think he was showing a 15 against a 10, and he hit. And I was like, no. I was like, I know it's rough, but you can't hit that. Like, you're not gonna win, but you're kind of taking a card and fucking up the table for everybody else. Like, you just gotta sit there and just take whatever happens. Trust me. He pulled a card and he bust. It was a jack? I think it was a jack that bust him.
He sabotaged half the table, I'm guessing?
Yes, so he sabotaged. He was one other person playing, and he sabotaged her, where if he didn't play that card, he would have still lost, but she would have won. But since he took that card, everybody lost. He pulled everybody down with her, and so she literally refused to play with him anymore while he was sitting at the table.
That's the Hannibal Buress stand-up bit. I'm taking everyone down with me.
Hey, yo, I was like, yo. And so me and my other friend are laughing in the back because I'm like, yo, she would have won. She would have won. Oh man, he took the whole table down with him. It was really sick.
I mean, honestly, though, like, that's the problem with blackjack. There's a certain etiquette of, like, don't sabotage the table. But
no,
you have a 5 against the 10, you're screwed anyway. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, it was like, I was like 15. Like, you could pull, like, it's not going to go your way.
Maybe it's just
there.
me. I don't care how the rest of the table's doing. I'm trying to make my stack grow. I don't give a shit. Maybe me. If you're worried about about how you're going to impact on the table, then sit on the end seat.
And that's what I typically do. I typically sit on the end seat. I'm like,
nobody yells at you, but at the same point, you have a 5 against a 10. You're probably screwed anyway. I don't blame.
No, he had 15. He had a 15.
I'm saying, whatever. You're probably screwed anyway. The guy's showing a 10. You're probably dead. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, it was very, very, very hilarious trip. I can't wait. I'm going back to Vegas next month. Can't wait.
Nice.
All right. Let's see here. Underdog Fantasy. Big menu of sports as well over there. Underdog Fantasy. We'll drop an underdog lineup at the end of the show, but you can also get down in college football, NFL, college basketball, all of that and more over there. Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you tap in and use their boosts. They have a whole bunch of boosts all the time that you should definitely lock in with. So, NBA SGPN is the promo code. Make sure you claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code NBA SGPN. All right, let's see. Oh no, I do like playing blackjack with a lot of people. I just prefer that those people know how to play because like it's fun. Have I ever told you the time where I was with Sean and I got double eights. I had so of course split.
That's an auto split. Doesn't even matter.
But then guess what happened when I split them?
You got more eights.
She got me another 8.
Yeah, you got to split that again.
And so I split it again. Now I'm out of money because now I didn't put money down and all that. Guess what happens? Another freaking 8. And Sean is like, you know what? Here. And Sean is now passing me money to put down.
Some dealers wouldn't let you do that. So that's actually a nice move by the dealer. Some dealers.
Yeah, no, Sean was like, nah, screw that. You got to do it. And he slipped me.
Yeah, you're with the group and you got to explain to the dealer, no, we're all together. It's fine. And they're just sending you extra money. Some dealers won't let that fly.
And then you know what? It's so funny because the dealer ended up busting and I hit everything and it was great. But I also forgot to give Sean his money back.
Oh.
So I just want. If Sean listens to this, he's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I never did get my money back. Yeah, I never gave Sean his money back, so I just kind of got Sean's money
fine.
and the money I won."
You're gonna have to readjust to the blackjack money on the invoice.
Sean might be like, "Yeah, let me take that back at the invoice this month." All right, let's finish this slate out. Denver Nuggets are on the road, going to play the Dallas Mavericks. Mavericks are catching 3.5 here at home. I think this is a deja vu game too, actually.
It feels like all these games are. It feels like Denver's played Dallas like 15 times this season. They played recently, and I know Denver was trailing by a lot. They came back and they won. I think that was the last game.
Yep, it was the last game. So 112 101 win by Denver on the road in Dallas. And this one is still here in Dallas. 3.5 for Denver this time around. What do you injury report? Injury report. Let's see if anybody's sick. We should really call it the sick report. Let's see. We got Jamal Murray, who is a smooth probable in this game. Jokic, who is probable with the illness that he had. We've got Aaron Gordon, who is probable. He did come back and play in that last game. He came off the bench, I believe. We've got Julian Strawther, who is probable as well. And that's it. For the Mavericks, oh, look at this. Kyrie Irving has been upgraded to questionable for this game. He could be making a return here. And Luka's still out.
I mean, all these meetings tend to be close, at least in some capacity. First 2 meetings were absolute wars. The last game, Denver won by 11, but they trailed by like 15 in the first quarter. So I feel like Denver owns this team. I know that they're 2-1 this season. They could be 3-0, but it just feels like Dallas starts off every head-to-head meeting on fire in the first half, and they immediately implode in the third quarter. It feels like every game that they have against each other. I don't mind Dallas first half, Denver full game. It's followed the script in almost all these meetings. Dallas starts off well at home. Denver's an atrocious first quarter, first half team. And then Joker and Westbrook at this point flip a switch and they win the game. It's kind of every Denver game at this point, right? So I'll go with Dallas halftime, Denver full time.
Interesting.
When you think about it, though, it cashes in a bunch of these Denver games because they're really, really bad to start games.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, how much does Kyrie really move the needle for me in this game? I mean, I don't think Denver's really that good either.
They keep winning, though, so I got to at least account for it. Damn, Westbrook's been really good on this
They
team.
have been really good at going back and forth, alternating wins and losses in this series. And I feel like there's one of these games that was played on a Sunday and Dallas had nobody playing and they still won. Yeah, I could see that.
Wasn't that the game they just had?
No. It was another one.
So that was also on Sunday. So
no, it was another one. I think it was last year.
Oh, it was last year when Kyrie had the one-handed floater to win the game.
Yeah, that was it. Give me Dallas, but
to be fair, Luka did play in that game, but yeah,
there's no reason to take a side in here though. The real play is just going back to overs with Denver. Denver's defense is just really bad, and I think that the first game went under. Second game is a little bit more of an emphasis on scoring the basketball. They try to go over in this one's a lot more scoring. Kyrie's playing as well, so that'll open up opportunity as well. I think that Dallas can be able to keep up with the scoring this time around. I think it's more scoring. Denver's been really, really good. 23, 14, and 1 to the over this season. And on a 6-4 run to the over in the last 10 games. So over for me.
Yeah, I pulled it up, by the way. Mavericks first half, Denver full game, plus 550. Yeah, I hit it with the Knicks and Thunder. I'll run it back. Give me
It
plus
just
550.
seems like they're really childish with just random plus 550. Like, can we start getting some better odds on these?
I think
feel like
550 is not
everybody,
that bad.
but I think everybody can't be plus 550. Like, it feels like every single game when you have that line, it's like plus
No,
550.
it should be correlated to the spread, so it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad here, but
here.
like there's other times
Yeah.
where we've gotten this and it was plus 550, and I'm like, if this is plus 550, those other times could not have been plus 550. That doesn't make sense.
But I'll bank on Denver being a bad first half team again, so give me Dallas first half.
Somebody asked about Jamal Murray earlier.
Why would I ever want to back Jamal Murray right now?
I don't know. I think that's the answer to your question. Why would you want to back? I mean, are you fading him? If you're fading him, then I mean, I'm not.
It feels like a risk, just the concept of betting on him right now.
Yeah, like whatever he does, it just doesn't seem like it's gonna go well.
I mean, the last couple games he's been fine. 7 of 18 from the floor against Dallas. He had 7 points in 16 minutes against the Nets. 21-9 against the Clippers. Like, he has been fine lately, I guess, but he can leave games early. He can't really move as well. I'd rather bet on Westbrook, to be honest, at this point.
Yeah, Chicago Bulls all day. Talking said the points total for Westbrook, he thinks it's at 13.5. I wouldn't bet the points. Or if I did, I would be like a PRA and just
he does everything with that team.
Yeah,
I definitely want
to I get
though.
everything.
Westbrook knows to feed Joker, and Joker knows to score. So I don't mind maybe PA on Westbrook because his assists have been really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get there on Murray, man. Sorry.
Kind of crazy though. They signed Westbrook, and he's the second best player on the team. That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
I mean, Michael Porter Jr. has been, he has been really good, really good. But Michael Porter Jr. has been giving them some clutch buckets. I would,
but he's in every trade rumor.
That's what I like in the game. I like Michael Porter Jr. in this one, especially if I think that it's going to be an over game and they're going to be scoring more. Michael Porter Jr. has had some really good games against Dallas, and he's been very consistent. It's at 15.5, so it's not like I'm asking for the world, moon, and the sun from him, but just have a consistently good game. So. Yeah,
I think Porter's fine, but he's involved in every fake trade imaginable. So clearly, they don't think highly of him because of the contract. Just saying.
Oh wait, all right. Wait. So what are you doing?
For me, I like.
Oh yeah,
you said Denver's going to win the game.
Yeah, you said Denver.
But I'll go halftime, full time once again for the 550. And I agree with you about the over.
All right, your Brooklyn Nets are closing us out here on the road, going to play the Portland Trailblazers. Portland's laying 5.5. 218.5 is the total. Injury report here. Let's see. Anybody on the sick report? Let's see. Nick Claxton is questionable hamstring tightness. We've got Jesus Christ. What is this injury report? Cam Johnson is questionable as well with an ankle. We got D'Lo, who is questionable with the shin. We've got Ben Simmons, who is questionable with the knee and back. We've got Bogdanovich, who is out. Cam Thomas, who is out. Trendon Watford, who is out. And for Portland, Grant. Yeah, we know Grant's out. Robert Williams is
generational bag getter, by the way. Phenomenal bag getter.
Robert Williams and Danilo Banton are both questionable on the sick report.
Remember when that was the help
report is crazy. Like the sick report is going crazy.
Very. You remember when that was the main move Portland made to try to get Lillard to come back? Was Jeremy Grant? Remember that? That was the move that was supposed to get Dame some help to bring him back.
Get Dame some help, and we'll bring in Grant. He was playing well over there in Portland. Yeah. I'm not Portland, in Detroit. He was playing well over there in Detroit.
Yeah, there's really only one thing to do about this game, so I'm just going to get it over with already.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I know I've been telling you to bet Portland recently, and I know I've been right in the instances that I told you to do that. Really, it was only 2 instances on a back-to-back set because for some reason they were laying a crazy number against the Pelicans. Oh no, it was +2. They were catching points against the Pelicans for whatever reason, and then they were some reason 7-point favorites against Dallas when Dallas had nobody. No idea why they did that. So I've been telling you to bet Portland, and it's worked. But that's been with them as a dog. There's no way I'm taking Portland here laying points.
I don't think I can either. Like, the thing about the Nets, though, is I actually lost money on this over the weekend because I took the Jazz because the roster, when healthy, is so much better than this Nets team. The Jazz benched half the team. Kessler didn't play. Laurie didn't play. Basically, Collins didn't. Nobody played.
Yep.
The Nets still lost the game to this Jazz team. They were using a G League squad, and they still lost. They were actually down 13 with like 5 to go. I had a brutal beat there with the spread. But the point is the Nets aren't any good. Chauncey Billups laying 6.5 against Jordy Fernandez. That's really what I'm just coming back to. I really don't want to lay this. I'd rather go for like 8 in props or something, as dangerous as that sounds. But
bro, it doesn't. Honestly, like, okay, so if we look at this injury report, first of all, there's no way they play the game with all of these guys out. So we're gonna get between Claxton, Cam Johnson, D'Lo, and Ben Simmons. I think we get at least 2. If you tell me we get 2, they're covering the spread. There's no way. Honestly, even if we don't get the 2, just wait until the end, because if everybody's out, that means they're going to move the line further to Portland. And then there's no way you lay these points with Portland. Like, there's no way you lay these points with Portland. No way.
The thing, though, is on paper, Portland should beat the crap out of this team because the Nets are terrible. Like, that's where I'm kind of at on this one. I think I am going to go Portland, but D'Angelo Russell might play. So I think you actually have to wait this out. There's no way I can bet this now, because if Russell plays and Claxton plays and they get Cam Johnson who's questionable back, I think the Nets win this outright. But if they have the same roster they've been using for the last week and a half, I think they lose by double digits. So the answer right now is I plead the fifth. I'll wait for the injury report. You kind of have to for this game. There are too many question marks with this Nets team.
I'm kind of cool blindly taking the Nets as a dog.
I mean, you can argue that it's a good investment because if they get ruled in, the line's going to plummet. But to be honest, I'll sacrifice a couple points to see what happens with D'Lo and some other guys, because this Nets team right now couldn't even beat a Utah D squad. So I don't want to bother. So I'll wait it out.
They did. Hey, shout out to Isaiah Collier for hitting that game winner, because I was literally I seen the notification come across. I said Isaiah Collier hit a game winner.
He had a monster game too. He had like 21, 7, and 7.
I was at everybody that I thought was gonna hit a game winner. It wasn't on my mind. It wasn't on my mind. Hilarious. Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, Keontae who? Keontae George? Who are we talking about?
What is Keontae ever gonna be an all-star? I guess he's wait.
Is he gonna shoot 40% from the floor?
Are we talking about Keontae?
Oh, you're asking for dynasty stuff? No. Probably not. No.
Oh, I have him in a. Oh yeah. Probably not. Probably not.
I think honestly, I wouldn't shock me if George got traded at some point. They like Collier, and they still have Clarkson there for some reason. They have some guards. George might be the odd man out there.
I think Keontae George is good.
I think he's fine. His shooting percentage has been horrible this season, but I think he's got upside.
All right. I have to really The injury report is not going to let me make Brooklyn a dog, but Brooklyn, like, if we're getting Ben Simmons, Claxton is there. Oh, what? If you tell me we're getting Ben Simmons, Claxton, and D'Lo, 100%.
Johnson's even rumored to potentially play. If the Nets are back, they're winning this game. Yeah. But I don't know if they're back, so they're actually incentivized to not be back. Shout out to Utah, who won the overtime game but lost the tank. So we'll see what happens in this one. But I don't know. Back-to-back tank balls for the Nets.
Portland is laying $2 on the money line. Oh,
I know. That you can't take.
That you can't take. All right.
I'd rather take Ayton props, because whether all these guys play or not, I actually think Ayton rebounds.
Well, is this one of the games where Ayton decides he wants to play? Sometimes he just wakes up on the wrong side of bed and says, "Oh, I don't feel like playing basketball today."
Yeah, I know. That's always the issue too. But I think Claxton is just a non-threat offensively, so Ayton's going to be sitting there in the paint the entire time.
I quietly put Ayton on my do not bet list.
Okay.
Very quietly.
I've been selective with him, but he really hasn't hurt me that much. But Robert Williams is questionable. He might not play. I am kind of questioning the center depth for this team. So we'll see.
All right. Let's close things out.
By the way, with Adam, I'm with Sexton on that one. Getting an 8-second violation in that spot's absolutely insane. I'm 100% with Sexton on that. That's a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
That was blatant tanking, and they still won the game. But I'm with Sexton. You can't get an 8-second count there. That's insane.
I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of bad teams in the league.
Very.
It's a lot of players that just don't know like small things about basketball.
That's why
I don't think I know a lot, But there's like little things that I'm like, yikes! Like, come on.
You factor in the Thunder and you factor in the Cavs. You have like two separate teams this season that have a combined 11 losses and 65 wins. Like you throw in the Celtics too. They're like the parity is insane because you just have you have a couple of like good, even the Knicks record's solid, even though we think they're not the same. Then you're looking at all the bad teams and you're like, oh yeah, that's why there are so many teams that are top heavy because half the league is garbage. That's kind of where you're at. There are a lot of really bad teams. They're going to get worse post trade deadline once they start tanking. So,
wow, Denver has this is how I know the league is off. Denver has the 4th best record in the league right now.
In the league or the Western
No. I'm sorry, in the West.
In the Western Conference, yeah.
4th best record in the West. They're like 6, but still, like for everything that Denver was to start the season, they have found their way to the 4th best record in the West.
Yeah, no, it's a very impressive job by Denver just finding a way to survive. They looked like they were dead like a couple months ago. They've been good. I still think OKC would beat the crap out of them maybe in 4 games, but I will give them props for being a potential 4th seed. Them hosting a playoff game feels shocking based on how they played earlier, but they're not a real threat to beat OKC or anything like that as far as I'm concerned.
I wonder if people that have Celtics futures on the win total are sweating yet. They have 11 wins.
By the way, 3, just to be clear here, I agree with you about Morey. But firing Nick Nurse does absolutely nothing to help your situation. Your team
I would get rid of Morey and keep Nurse and just hope that, they build something else around there.
I think Morey's one of the most overrated GMs in all of sports. That's a separate story. The guy makes a lot of moves. He hitches his wagon to a lot of unreliable options, but he's viewed highly because he's aggressive. He really ran this franchise into the ground very quickly. He's going to throw that out there. This franchise is screwed with that Embiid contract and with the Paul George contract. It is rough out here in Philly.
Daryl Morey is collecting an infinity gauntlet of franchises that he can just ruin and leave them for dead.
Props to Houston
because he left Houston for dead, and they just
quickly though.
Yeah, they bounced back, but he left them. They were horrible when he left. He left them for dead. Like, oh no, yeah, he's just gonna. You remember the meme with the guy? That's who they really need to make. The meme with the Grim Reaper going door to door. And it's Daryl Morey knocking on different franchises like, hey, finna ruin things over here. Yeah, they got to fire Daryl Morey like yesterday. Update for before we get to our lock, dog, and underdog lineup. Malik Monk is out.
That's a big deal.
I feel really good about
Fox is gonna take 35 shots. Oh my God.
I feel great about Bucks laying 2 here now.
Well, what's the I believe Shaq's saying? Barbecue chicken alert. You got lower guarding Fox with no Monk. Yeah, okay, have fun with that. Fox might drop 35 tonight.
Yeah, okay, for sure. All right. Let's see here. What are we doing? Was it you? I think it's you. Lock, dog, underdog.
All right. For the lock, a part of me just wanted to take the Thunder to beat the crap out of this team. Another part of me wants to take the over in the Bulls game, but apparently the over went up. The total went up by like 8 points. So I don't know if I can actually pull the trigger on that. It probably gets into the 250s, but like it went up 8 points.
Man,
OKC should really beat the crap out of this team. What do the Sixers have? Yeah, you know what? I think I'll just go with my...
It's only 11.5 too.
I know.
I'm not going to lie. I do remember seeing it at 10.5 last night.
But they have the Cavs on deck, so you'd argue they have the look-ahead spot for this game.
Man, they just
so bad it doesn't matter. No, the Thunder didn't beat them. The Cavs did.
Well, yeah. Okay, well, they just...
Potentially, in theory. But I'll just trust my instincts on this one. Give me the over in the Bulls game.
Okay.
I'm just going to go for it. I think these teams are going to score a bunch of points. I don't see any defense being played. The Bulls had a really bad defensive effort against the Pacers. I believe you got hooked on that total, I think. But did you get hooked on that total?
I hit it, but if you caught I think even because I think it finished at 242.5 and it closed at it
closed 242. That's why I wasn't sure what number you got.
Okay, yeah. So I think some people got 242.5. I personally got 240.5.
The point is, though, reading off these totals, played the Kings, that got into the 240s. Played the Wizards, scored 138 points. Played the Pacers, only to 242. They did nothing for the first 3 quarters offensively of that game. They did nothing. They scored 69 in the second half. So they really picked it up after halftime. 114 against the Spurs, ended up having the Knicks game 139, 126. They don't guard anybody. And the Pelicans definitely don't guard anybody. I'm on the over. Give me a bunch of points. New Orleans, I don't think is guarding anybody either. So I'll go with the over as my lock in this one. For my dog, you know what? I'll swing for the fences again. It worked out once before. I'll do it again. Give me Dallas halftime, Denver full time, plus 550.
All right. Let's see here. What do I want to do? What is it? What's today? The 14th?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. For my lock. Over in TikTok. I shouldn't do it with Malik Monk just being out. Yeah, give me the over in Denver and Dallas. I think I'm fading Denver again, especially coming off an under game. Kyrie's back in the lineup, and Kyrie does get to the rim pretty easily against this team. And he has pretty solid games. And Denver's defense is just freaking horrible. Dallas has a little bit of a bounce back spot after that. Denver continues the good scoring that they do. I wouldn't be surprised if you're right and Denver continues to get the win, but I think this game goes over regardless. So I like the over.
I mean, we have the
230,
same idea,
4.5.
though. We're just picking chaos and eventually figures itself out. So yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yep. All right. For my dog. I really just want to go Nets. I really just want to. There's no reason
Do
I
it.
should be favored.
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, fuck it. Give me Nets. Plus 188 on the money line. They really should. Portland really shouldn't be favored here.
Chauncey Lang points? I'm good.
Right. And
Chauncey Lang points?
I was on Portland in that Dallas game, and I watched the collapse. Granted, I still hit the spread bet, but there was a point in time. There was a point in time where I thought I wasn't going to hit the spread anymore.
I had an all-time bad beat yesterday on the spread, but that was college basketball. It wasn't related. But I had Alabama A&M plus the 8.5 yesterday. Lost by 10 in triple overtime.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
I know, it was rough.
Damn, you know when games go to overtime, I just that's a loss to me. Like when I have a game that goes to overtime and I'm not on it over, I just assume that it's a loss. And
they led by 4 with 30 seconds left in overtime and 4 with 10 seconds left in double overtime, and they lost by 10 in triple overtime. That's what I had to deal with yesterday. So yeah, not fun. Overtime, not a fun time. Sorry, I want to get that rant out there real quick.
Kobe had a rough day of college basketball too. I heard a lot of people talking about it.
It was fine. It was Alabama A&M just blew like 3 separate chances to win the game outright, and they lost by 10 in triple overtime. It was crazy, but it happens.
Yeah.
Shout out to though. Forgot he was the coach of Jackson State.
No way they should. No way they should be. Yeah, absolutely no way they should be laying this number. I'm fine. Give me Brooklyn. They got to bounce back, and if they get all these guys back, I'm gonna feel great. And this number is gonna drop. So plus 188.
Nets are gonna get half the team back, win a game, and trade half the roster because they're
and that's what's gonna and perfectly fine with that. Perfect.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, let's get into Underdog and wrap things up here. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, they were up big in that one.
Yeah, that was, you knew the writing was on the wall.
Yeah, that's brutal though. That's brutal though. All right, because I probably would have played something like that too. I'm glad I didn't. All right,
I think I split all my NFL play. Shout out to Puka though, over 2.5 rushing yards. Shout out to Puka. Had 1 carry for 7.
Underdog. All right, where are we going?
We got to get something in that Bulls game. We're just going back to the Levine heater. Guy walks into 30 every game at this point.
I really don't want to jinx it.
Okay, you want to go? You want to go?
Zion? No. I'm fine playing it. I really hope.
I would pick Zion if I knew for a fact he'd be at the arena. Did he make the flight this time? I don't know.
Worst case, he gets a push.
I can't imagine. I mean, Zion, I don't know. Might be busy with some deep dish pizza restaurants. I don't know. Might be busy. But so I think that's a great matchup.
So are we taking Levine on the points or the threes?
I'd rather take points. He's actually been doing a better job of actually attacking the basket. That's why he's kind of exploded. So I like Levine points.
Yeah, it's 20. It's at 28.5.
He walks into 30 every game at this point. I think he's at 30 in 8 straight at this point.
Yeah,
he's on a massive heater.
All right.
I mean, if we're picking 240 and change, then he's getting 30.
This is why you lock in with Underdog. I got a 50% boost. I'm boosted. I'm ready. I'm boosted. All right. Let's see here. We got a couple of over games that we like here. What do we like in Denver, Dallas? I told you I like Michael Porter Jr. I think he scores today.
Okay. You want to take his threes?
Yeah, let's do that because I'm already on 15.5 points.
Okay.
So higher 2.5 threes. And let's figure out one more.
All right. For this one,
Chalk Giannis or anything chalk in that Sacramento.
honestly,
Milwaukee?
Giannis just makes a lot of sense. But there's a chance he doesn't play, but I'm fine with that.
Hmm.
I actually thought about going with the bold Trey lower on points because he's compromised and he has been shooting horribly anyway. So I thought about that too. But you want to go for Giannis because he should kill this team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the bonus? What's the bonus going to do?
Yeah, like what is he gonna do?
He's
seriously,
probably the worst rim protecting center in the league. So
and it just feels like this is the game where Giannis is like, all right, I have the matchup, nobody's stopping me. Let me just continue to attack the rim and continue to score.
Giannis can choose if he wants to go for like a 25-point triple double or a 45 point bomb.
So that's that's ultimately how I feel about Giannis. It's literally what does he feel like doing that day?
Yeah.
Because you're not stopping him no matter what he does. It's really what does he feel like doing that day?
Against Sacramento, though, I think he'll just attack the basket because I don't know who's gonna step in front of him. So.
All right, this feels pretty simple. So we got Giannis higher 32.5 points. We've got Zach LaVine higher 28.5 points, and we got MPJ higher 2.5 3-pointers made. Put that in Underdog 6x. No juice, no nothing. 6x, $50 gets you $300 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. That is NBA SGPN. Get a special pick in first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. All right, Scott, anything else you got here?
Yeah, once again, check out the tennis show. We're doing solo episodes multiple times a week, so check that out. Been on a massive heater, though, in tennis. Knock on wood. Besides that, we talked about Darnold, talked about Cooper Flagg, Ace Bailey not being around for Blackjack too. A lot of fun stories today.
Yeah,
so
very good episode. All right, everybody. Yeah, that's it. Give him a follow at Reichel Radio. I'm at @reallyreal__. Make sure you give us a follow on X as well at SGPN NBA. And 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast. Yes, Unrivaled is this week. I
think Adam asked before if we were doing episodes, and I don't know if we are.
Maybe maybe I'll pop in on Friday. Let's see how things go. Maybe I'll pop in on Friday, drop a pick or two, and we'll see. It's going to be a very interesting first game because they're messy. Tell me why Jewel Lloyd and Skylar Diggins-Smith play against each other in the first game of the season.
Because they like drama. That's why. They like drama.
Hey, look, I'm telling you, man, I'm with GOAT Jewel Lloyd, but she got to show something. You got to go hoop
I'll
now.
put it this way. Lloyd had a pretty underwhelming year last season.
Yeah, you got to go hoop now. Like now you have to hoop and prove that it was them. Like
you can't be like, being viewed that way and being involved in the like hazing bullying thing, and you're playing that badly. You got to step up.
Yeah, so now she's got to hoop. This is going to be Scott, I'm going to have some Jewel Lloyd MVP this year. I don't know why. But
I know why. She's one of your favorite players.
Yeah, but hey, look, man, she's going to
you look at her.
She doesn't hoop. She's going to be in the doghouse.
No, but you look at her and you see female Kobe. That's why you back her to win MVP every year. Who we kidding?
Because, man, some of those shots are insane, bro.
Correct. I'm just saying that's why. I mean, you view her as female Kobe, so I'm not surprised you're going to have money on her to win MVP.
Yeah, man. But Kobe didn't always win it. That's the sad thing. All right, that's it.
What Kobe have? Kobe had 1?
2?
I thought he only had 1.
No, 1. Because that was the one that because what's his name stole one. The former coach of your Nets.
That's also the crazy part is that Shaq gets mad at Steve Nash for winning MVP, and I'm like, I don't think you would have finished ahead of Kobe or LeBron. Like, what are you talking about, Shaq? Shaq would have finished 3rd. What is he talking about?
You were definitely not beating Kobe.
Shaq was never going to win that MVP, so I know what he's talking about. You were never
winning that MVP. I've never heard Shaq say that. You are not winning.
Shaq always criticizes Nash for winning an MVP from him, and I'm like, I don't think you would have finished in 2nd, so I don't think it matters. But whatever. Oh well.
I think Nafisa Collier's playing on that team too. I got to go back and look. I think Nafisa
wouldn't surprise me. A lot of announcements on the WNBA, by the way, because a lot of teams have to confirm who's going to be members of the core because they're in the expansion draft.
Yep.
So shocker, Breanna Stewart, a member of the core for the Liberty. So keep that in mind. We got an expansion draft coming up.
Oh, I can't wait. Next year is going to be crazy with 2 expansion teams. That's going to be wild. But all right. With that, Scott, I wonder if they just flip a coin to figure out who goes first in the expansion draft next year. That would be funny. All right. nothing else say, nothing else do. No other way of ending podcast is going to like this. We are out of here.